proud to announce Shadow of the Eternals, a spiritual successor to Eternal Darkness: Sanity's Requiem. This game features a rich cast of characters that is woven into a very compelling story that spans over thousands of years.
To make this story come alive, we know how essential voice acting is, which is why we're thrilled to have David Hayter play our main protagonist, Detective Paul Becker. Many of you might know David from his voice work as Solid Snake from the Metal Gear series, but he also did some voice work on Eternal Darkness: Sanity's Requiem. David is also an actor, a screenwriter. He wrote movies such as X-Men and Watchmen, and he also directed his first movie called Wolves. We think he's going to be a fantastic addition to the game.
We follow the investigation of Paul Becker. He's been called to a crime scene where there's been a massacre in this abandoned asylum. 2 survivors remain. One person who's completely clean cut and looks like he's right off of Wall Street. Another who looks like he's dressed in full colors from a biker gang.
You are interrogating 2 people that are giving you different versions of the same story.
They've lost their memory of who they are, they can't remember anything, and they want to kill each other.
Your job is to figure out what parts of each of these people's story is the truth.
The further you interrogate them, the more you discover that they're telling you stories of things that have happened hundreds, potentially thousands of years ago. And the first story and chapter that we're going to cover in Shadow of the Eternals is the story of Elizabeth Bathory. Elizabeth Bathory, known as the Blood Countess, is one of the most famous female serial killers who is suspected of killing over 400 women and bathing in their blood to try to keep eternally youthful.
From the player's perspective, they switch to Clara, a handmaiden to Elizabeth.
And this is in the 1600s in Hungary, in a castle that actually existed.
The objective is to try and get to the bottom of what Bathory is all about.
So to uncover the secrets of the castle, Clara must use a variety of mechanics like combat, magic casting, and sanity. And as she descends deeper into the castle, she also descends deeper into madness.
With Shadow of the Eternals, one of our goals is to bring this game, what is essentially a horror story, to a cinematic level. We do this by giving the musical score a complete orchestral treatment. The score is going to be very string-based and choral-based, very intimate, and have a lot of classical undertones that are going to help tell this Lovecraftian story. It's going to be very exciting for the player because as Clara's sanity drops throughout the game, I'm going to introduce sound design elements into the score that will bend the conventions of the classical orchestra. So I think gamers are really going to appreciate that use of interactivity and have a lot of fun with it too.
Shadow of the Eternals is doing something that's very, very unique in its development process and is a core pillar of how we think games should be made in the future, and that is community participation. By pledging only $5, you can become part of the Order. Not only can you get your name in the credits and have an influence on what content goes into the game and how the game is made, you can actually make parts of the game, whether it's story, sanity events, creating elder gods. There has been an overwhelming level of participation that has gone so far way beyond our expectations and just starting this community over the past few weeks.
Thronius Monk here, imposing my boundless will upon you to support Shadow of the Eternals.
The amount of creativity that is being thrown around in this community is just astounding.
Help bring back some of the more experimental games from our youth with all the benefits of fresh technology.
If you want to make some artwork for the game, go to the font. If you want to write a crazy story, go to the font.
You're encouraged to be a creative force and come up with unique and exciting ideas that could lend itself to the exciting universe of Shadow of the Eternals.
With Shadow of the Eternals, we are making a game that is not made anymore.
If you believe that you want games like this that are out of the norm, not a typical first-person shooter, a story-driven, third-person action adventure, contribute to the cause, join the Order, help make this happen.
So join the Order, break the mold, and let's make this game together.